Kenshi Guapo from Marauder, and you watch The Views.
You stay on my mind, has been lately.
For rocking with us. What's your name?
Kenshi.
Where are you from?
I'm from Broward County, North Lauderdale.
And what is the product you provide?
The product I provide is clothing, accessories. I'm trying to brand everything, but for now it's clothing. But it's more than just clothing, it's a lot of stuff.
What age did you come up with this idea?
I came up with Marauder when I was 16, so like 4 years ago.
And how can your product impact the youth?
My product can impact the youth because meaning a Marauder is a bunch of rebel soldiers, and it's a movement, it's a cause. It's like certain things we wear because it represents some of our lifestyle. Like I have a shirt called the Watch Out Tee, and it's basically like a ghost making the police car crash, and that's because of like, throughout years there have been like police abuse and all of that. So it's like each product is like supposed to be representing a meaning of like rebel. It means raider.
How did you come up with the name?
Like it all started with Photoshop. So like I was just like making stuff on the Photoshop, and then out of nowhere, like I created a design with pretty fire, and I was inspired by the rock piece, so like that's the design it was. And I was like, this needs a name, but I can't think of something that would go with it. Cause like everybody was doing like not corny stuff, but it was just like names that are just like too like regular and stuff. So I was like, I need to think out the box. I was looking through like my fucking music playlist for like album names and all that, and then I discovered a Tribe Called Quest, and they had the album Midnight Marauder. So like that really inspired me. So like when I like put it up, I want to really like pay homage to Tribe Called Quest.
Now, what makes your product unique from other products?
I would say like the detail and also the presentation of the products. A lot of these things like people don't even think the way I think. And like a lot of the stuff, the products I have is to represent the lifestyle that we live, you feel me? This right here, shouts out to all my homeboys who gained that bread this summer, you feel me?
Now, when did you start to see progress and realize this is what you wanted to do?
Well, like I had like very different motivations that like made me like keep going here. I don't think it was a key moment, but like when I first started the clothing brand, my friends didn't really like support me, didn't like get the meaning of it. They're like, huh, what, like Marauder, Raider? Like they was calling me on the kick group chat and stuff, but like I just be laughing because like 3 years later they the same one copping the shirts off me, and so like that's one thing that like kept me motivated. And as I got older, it was just meeting people. I started off as a music producer, and like I was meeting a bunch of people, and like I was getting my word around. So like just that itself, and like them respecting my beats and like the clothing meant I was just thinking to myself like I have something going on. And then at 18, I went to college. So me and my best friend Cash, we were in class. Like I hated school. I wasn't even meant for school. You feel me? I bought my answers to graduate out of Piper. You feel me? I didn't really fuck with school like that. But like I was in this class for like A&R shit. Like, it was about like the jobs. My classes were like about music stuff. So the teacher was asking about like what is like a brand. Like they was talking about branding and stuff. Me, I'm just like I always try to promote myself, so I try to be positive about it. So I raised my hand. I'm like, oh, I have a clothing brand called Marauder. And then she hit me with the same thing, what's the meaning? And then she flipped it all around, it's like, murder! And then like, something in me was just like, yo, you're from Broward, just say something crazy like you did in fucking middle school. But then I was like, nah, I can't act out. I'm gonna just use this as motivation. I sat down, and then like, a bunch of life just started happening to me, which like motivated me to go on and stuff. Like I was sleeping on the couch last year before I even dropped this. Like I was going through like a lot of stuff. I had like partners that I was working with that tried to steal the brand, you feel me? That was the craziest thing that ever. Like I couldn't even expect that because that person was like a childhood friend to me. Some of I consider his brother. But then like I seen their real intentions and shit, you feel me? So it's like things that go into it. Plus also dropped out of school also like that motivated me because it's like I want to be in that shit. So like just like a million different things that just keep me going. People who don't like me like see I'm doing well, hit me up now. It's just like all that makes him play like why.
So what did your guardians think about this idea?
They respected it and shit. Like they Filipinos, so Asian American parents. Like they wanted me to go to school and they respected me as a producer. Like, why not go to school for the beats? You feel me? So that's how I ended up at Full Sail. At first, like all they want really honestly was just like honesty and just like the product, you know what I mean? But like every time they would ask me shit, or like when I started, just that I wasn't on my right time. I was just showing I'm still sure. You know what I mean? Only just now I got the validation and shit. Cause like I was just so honest with them. So I'm like, yeah, I can't do the school stuff. And I'm gonna be back with like everything. Like I'm gonna have my whole collection ready next time you see me. And that was like a couple months ago, and they saw me like 4 months later, and then they're like, I told you, I manifested this for years. This 4 years into play. And it's like, it's just really like a long time ago, and that's the other shit.
So what was the hardest part in pursuing your goal?
Well, the hardest part, honestly, was like really just the process itself, because I was immature. The first clothing job I ever did, I don't do this no more, but it was like when I used to sell weed. Like, that's how I started selling weed, to be honest. I got the clothes and I sold it, and I was hanging around the wrong people, so I thought like, oh, be the traveler, and like I can reinvest in the clothing brand. So I got all that bread from the 24 shirts. That's how I started serving.
And what's one word to describe your product?
Elite.
And how can we reach you?
You can reach me at Kenshi Wapo on Instagram, or you can go to Marauder_Studios on Instagram, or you can go to marauderstudios.net. Shopping me, you feel me? We got the hottest product, you feel me? It's the Marauder Bank, and like, you know, my homeboy Papa Chopsy came up with this shit, and fucking, like, he made a big ass M, and I was like, yo, add the ATM there, and then boom, like, I just created that product. And then my homeboy over there, he's wearing this thing I created. You can see it right here. It's the Grab Belief hoodie. It's a new product I just made. Basically, like, you know what that's about. If you're from Broward County, New York, you feel me? Like, you know what that's about. You need that shit in your joint. If you don't have it, I can't smoke with you.